Of all the shit I've been through in my life, I see why I hated science class so much as a kid. I didn't mind, you know, like Peggy Pettis said about it at the Mayfield. You know, she goes, Earl, remember you did this at the one class and you did the dissection for everybody, and when we went on walks and you did everything, we all passed the test because of you. You go, Earl, yes, oh yeah. And Mr. Boyce, yeah, he was cool. And Mr. Van Pelt, I can't remember, I liked him. He's a good guy. You know, he talked about his tilted pelvis because they had him do all those sit-ups incorrectly. No, he's right. You do excessive compulsive behaviors too much, it can be physical detrimental to you. He knew what he was talking about. I had good teachers at Mayfield. I had good teachers at Mr. Scroggs. I love Mr. Scroggs. Liked I can't remember her name. I gave the yearbook to Peggy, my art teacher. Yeah, she was a sweetheart. She was fun. You know, one of the ones with the crystal blue persuasion and the crystals and yeah, one of those. My art teacher, Mrs. White, at Cruces was just the biggest sweetheart. She was a homemaker from homemaker type people, you know, kind of Mormon-y and, you know, Christian-y, but really sweet, and a homemaker. And, oh, that's good, honey. That's beautiful, yeah. She wasn't all become one with the thing. She was like, see something you love and then draw it. You know, that's what she was. She's the one who put that picture, what is it, right here? That picture right there. She put it in the art case at Cruces High. Well, Ronaldo Blackman shoots down Oregon State, which was, I was not real happy about it because Steve Johnson was one of my favorite college basketball players because I really took he played for Ralph Miller. Ralph Miller was kind of a rah, but he was used to it, and his parents were Jehovah's Witnesses and wouldn't let him play basketball, so he had to go live with other people near Sacramento so he could play basketball on Saturdays, on the weekends, Fridays and Saturdays, and then he could get a basketball scholarship. Because his family wouldn't let him because they were Jehovah's Witnesses, and it's wrong. And you're like, well, yeah, I understand that it's wrong to do that kind of stuff, but you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot if you don't get up and do what you need to do to take care of your family, because the Messiah ain't here, and one of these days he'll show up. Here he is. The Messiah was there, but the Messiah was in the Messiah. Okay, he's like John the Baptist. The Messiah, no, he died. Okay, the Messiah was a little kid watching him play basketball at Oregon State, Gill Coliseum, when he was a little kid. Okay, so, no, I listened last night, I think it was 1973, and that was already after Steve Johnson. So there was a Messiah, but he was a little boy. I wasn't a little boy by then. Well, that was probably around Steve's junior or senior year. I started watching him when he was a freshman, and that's Mark Radford and Ray Bloom are the two guys that was the backcourt. So that was like his junior year. I think that was Ray's and Mark's senior year, yeah. Which is kind of a drag for them, yeah, because they were supposed to be the pack. They were packed in back then, because I believe Arizona schools had already moved over. Before that, the Arizona schools were the terrors of the Western Athletic Conference, and the only other team that, I think by 1984, that's why BYU took over the Western Athletic Conference, because ASU and U of A had already, like, was it Ned Walk? No, it wasn't Ned Walk, it was the other guy, Frank Kush. So the Pac-8 needs us. We don't need them, they need us. The Arizona schools were like that. They were cocky. They were the dominant teams in the region, had big stadiums, and drew big crowds, and were on the national. All Nebraska was afraid to play them. LSU was afraid to play them. Everybody was afraid to play them. And they integrated good, and the kids that sit there, and he said, well, you can go to USC and be sixth string, because he's going to recruit all the McDonald's All-Americans so nobody will play him, or you can go in there and he'll give you promises but no guarantees. I guarantee you'll start here and you can go kick his ass. And that's what the Arizona schools used to do, especially Frank Kush. I had a friend that played football for Frank Kush at Southwest Airlines. Big offensive lineman, sweet guy. Sweetest one of the sweetest guys you ever met. Was Canton Tizoma like, shut up. Hell, yeah, that man he was terrible. Do you want to kill him? Only sometimes. He's a sweetheart of a guy. Big offensive lineman. It's amazing. My mom always said that, you know, little guy syndrome. And she goes, it's a good thing most big guys are sweet. Or, you know, they all have little man syndrome. It's like, but Ma, David is sweet. And Goliath was big, ugly, mean rapist. And guess they learned their lesson. Because after that, big guys got a lot nicer. Oh, wow. Yeah. Forgot about the rooks. All right, well, little guys went around. Okay, you're gonna, what I think it's probably years of, you know, John Matuszak always getting Barbara Bach. And then one of us said, fuck it. He doesn't follow any rules. He just kicks our asses and fucks all the hot women and tries to fuck us off the planet. What are you doing? Me, Lunga Booger, gonna get a spear and throw it to Hunka Lunka's head. Well, what happens with the guys with the Hunka Lunka? I'll throw the other spear through the other Hunka Lunka's head. Oh, damn, we've just created the Shaka Zulu clan, right? And so, you know, so it's a lot of it's just been over violence and sexual competition. It needs to stop. You know, she's just really not that into you because you're an asshole. Think your dick is God's gift to women? You can fuck the other guy on the face of the planet because he's too big of a pussy. It's like, no. Observe, analyze, and process. No, it's share, care, give, and course need built to last. Life's eternal and grace is infinite. Observe, analyze, and process. Okay, what the fuck is that gonna do? You're gonna try to quantify the universe with a fucking quantum computer and sit there and be a little Japanese guy at NYU going, I'm lavender. Oh, hi, these are all the Chicagoans, they're maroons. Yeah, macaroons. Okay, just sit down, shut up for a minute, I'll take care of it. You know, so I have to double went down to Georgia. Oh, wow. You do know that's all just a Mel Blanc cartoon for the, okay. Dr. Susie, Dr. Hoovy. Okay, that stuff ain't real. They just make that shit up to manipulate stupid people into believing money's real. So stupid's not the problem, selfish is the problem. Stupid people, Lord's Prayer is perfect and y'all got to live it. Or them's gonna be their hell to pay. Really? Yes. I am the Lord that gave us thou faith in thou God and the perfect applications of thou their Lord's Prayer. And if you don't obey it, there shall be hell to pay. I believe him. Okay. Stupid people. Okay, no, that's wrong. And the Lord, it's okay. Okay, thank you. So as long as the Lord is kind and righteous and not selfish and a raping, murdering pervert, we're okay. That's what we got quantum computing for. So-and-so was dealt a serious blow today because they couldn't end the war over philanthropy because they all have biggest dickus syndrome. Well, it's okay because the Lord is Dinkelman. All right, Dinkelman. Dinkelman reigneth supremeth. No, Dinkelman is humbleth and healthy, right? I was sitting there thinking about sports. I was like, no, actually, I was the best basketball player ever born in the United States of America. It's like, oh, wow. No, Luka Doncic is better, and so is Dominic Wilkins. I'm just joking around. Look, they're both born, well, Luka's from Slovenia, right? And Dominic was born in France. He's a military brat. Yeah, Dominic Wilkins was not born in the United States. The human highlight film was born in France. I'm pretty sure it was France. I think Gerald was too. Gerald was his brother. Go Mox! Tennessee, Chattanooga. Gerald played for the Knicks, was a better backcourt on-ball defender. He was quicker. Okay, he wasn't as long and as tall and explosive as his brother Dominic, but he was quicker, had quicker lateral movement. You know, basketball is played below the rim. And Gerald was a better defender and a better passer. Outside shooter, Gerald focused more on just being a really good teammate and doing whatever the coach needed for them to win. He was good. Both of them were pretty good kids. And raised by military people, hey, you can get your ass kicked, boy, you know. And so, he was really good. But no, I was the best. Okay, best basketball player born on the planet. Yeah, pretty much excellent driver. And if I had played Larry Bird, I'd be at Larry Bird's house all the time. No, we're having a barbecue and going fishing. You get bored going fishing, Larry. Well, you can sit there and tell stories and dance to, no, music will scare the fish away. We can't take Earl, he'll talk too damn much. Leave him at the barbecue, then we'll go fishing. Okay, you and Gus go fishing, and I'll see y'all later. And, no, Larry Bird would love me. Because you know how they talk all that shit about white basketball players? So Larry'd be like, what happened with Earl? Earl's got more moves than Soul Train. Earl jumps higher than all of you. The reason why his flat shot is so flat because he's 64 inches in the air shooting over you, and he's shooting down like he's throwing his best shot into a waste paper basket. Yeah. No, Bob Cummins used to talk. Bob used to sit there and say, I said, Earl, when your adrenaline gets in you and you go across, you cut across the creek against those two big guys at the boys club, you leap in the air like Larry Nance, because of what the Girls Brothers used to do. One hand shooting up between a 7-footer and a 6'7" guy that has a 40 some odd plus vertical leap and a 7-foot wingspan. And I would go up in the air and just shoot the ball down into the basket right between all their hands. I didn't like posterizing people. I just wanted to get the job done. It was just fun. And the better the players, the more fun it was. Especially if they were like that man from South Dakota and Mike, because they did not try to hurt you. They just liked playing against you because you were so good. The guy from South Dakota was so sweet. He goes, it's damn emasculating, Earl. It's like, what? He goes, you don't even hesitate. It's like, well, I can gauge real well, and I know you can't block it. So, well, if I shoot it before you get there, I already aim. It's about aim. My dad taught me that when I was a kid. And if you aim and you shoot, doesn't matter if they're running, if they have a naked woman in your face, you go, oh, fuck this. Yes, I am, but after I make this shot. Okay, come on, let's go back to the, come on, Tiffany, Megan, Cardi, you too, come on. Just take care of Dinkle, man. He needs love. He's sad. I don't think most women that are from violent sex cults could handle it. Well, the men they've been sexually reproducing with for 5,000 to 10,000 years have tried to kill me off the face of the planet because they want it to be biggest, dickest, phallic symbol forever and kill off the greatest good shepherd because he ruins all our raping fucking fun. That'd be really hard psychologically to try to sexually heal somebody like that if you came from a macho, bullshit, biggest, dickest tribe. You mean that man, Michael B. Jordan, I thought was, I want to, you don't want to kill him. It's already, he lived in the Lord's Prayer now. I still want to kill him and then clone him and kill him again. You sound just like Shelly when I would, okay. Remember with Shelly when the tow truck driver almost ran us off the road? And I would literally was talking about it. I was going to take my tire iron and shove it through his temple. And because he could have got it. He just took across and almost hit, and I had Patrick and Anthony in the car, in the pickup truck. He went home and Anthony told his mother, and she goes, Earl, I was like, are you kidding? Shelly, you would have actually killed the man, had somebody revive him so you could kill him again and lecture him each time saying, you almost killed my little Boo Bear. You gonna try to kill my little Anthony Boo Bear? You son of a bitch. Yeah, don't let him die yet. He gotta hear this. That motherfucker, you see what I'm saying? Like Jeff Foxworthy in his house, you know, if there's a gun lives in that house, you know, I hope it's me shoots you, it's not my wife, because my wife's gonna lecture you and then curse you and tell you you're bleeding all over my brand new carpet. And okay, yes, I just, dumbass. Once it gets to that point, I ain't lecturing. It's just like, you came here to rape and kill everybody because your biggest dick is, huh? Anybody else got anything to say about their friend biggest dick is? Alrighty then. It's, Sally Dan laughed about that part on, with Amy's favorite, what's his name? Harrison Ford. You know, when the swordsman comes out and he takes the gun and goes, he goes, that's justice for a rapist who doesn't obey the Lord's Prayer. That's sad. Yeah, but just start again. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. Live the Lord's Prayer. Okay, put the sword down, put down the gun. All right, barbecue time. Larry, tell him about how I could play. He was the best basketball player you saw. Shimmy, I had lots of shimmy in the Cocoa Pop. Yeah, I was gorgeous, but had to hold back because people tried to hurt me because they get jealous. In future molecular outcomes, that guy who said I'm selfish at Fort Huachuca, sit back there in that chair right there and let me show you how it's done. All right, peace.